Yeah, I spoke to Coach Elko about 3 days ago. So just great insight from him. Loves the kid, loves the makeup, the way he conducts himself every day, the way he practices, the way he prepares, team guy, all those things. That's the embodiment of what we want. His play style is awesome. I love the way he finishes, so can't wait to get him here.
Al, when you went back and looked at all of his plays, and Zach was just talking about how even if he didn't get the sack, he was still around. Was each case where he maybe didn't finish at the top of the sack a different case? Was everything different, or did you see one overall thing that you said, well, if we can get him here, we can teach him how to finish?
Yeah, we felt like we can get him to gather a little bit at the top. And complete some of those. He's got the reach and the length to do it. He's got the bend at the top, and he's got speed to power, long arm. So he's got a lot of the things that we want. He's a strong edge setter, but we feel like he's got the traits that we covet, and the play demeanor that we don't have to do anything but get him out there and watch him do it. So from that standpoint, we're excited to work with him.
Coach, what did you see from the Senior Bowl? What did you see from the Senior Bowl? How he played down there?
I'm just really impressed with the young man, just the way he approaches it, the day in and day out practice, the drills, the way he chases the football. Again, for us, that's play demeanor, that's attitude, that's effort. Those are all the things that we're looking for, and can set the edge in this division, which is really important. Going to be hard to get knocked off the ball by tackles or tight ends. Obviously, he's a guy who makes plays on the second level and on the perimeter.
How would you describe his physical traits?
Well, I think they're elite, right? Again, not just the 40 and the vertical and that kind of thing, but just how explosive he is, how powerful he is at the point of attack, his ability to anchor down and set it. And he gives you versatility. I mean, he could play a 9, he could play a 6, he could play a 5. He can go ahead and play a 4-eye if you want to move him down. So he gives you a chess piece that's really hard to find as a defensive end. So we're excited about how to utilize him.
Did you see that athleticism translate? Zach hinted at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, when the balls are thrown in the perimeter or behind him, and he can turn and chase and make those types of plays that he make, that's an athletic young man. So we're excited about that, and we want to harness that. And for us, Jerry's going to do a great job just working with him at finishing. But in terms of being disruptive, that's a disruptive young man. Whether it's penetrating on stunts, being the penetrator, or a looper, if you will, in the pass rush games, and then just his physical presence on the edge. Those are a lot of elements there that are hard to find in one young man. So we're excited about that.
As you evaluate draft prospects, how much do you bake in your own ability to develop a player and get another step out of a player? How do you kind of mesh those two?
I think it's more a vision for how would you utilize him, and I think we're going to utilize him to his strengths, and I think that's what's really important. We're not going to ask him to do anything that he hasn't already done. We want to take his traits and develop them so that he becomes better and he continues to ascend. This is an ascending player right now. We're in an era now where COVID's hitting, and you're getting a lot of 4th, 5th year guys and some even 6-year guys. This guy is an ascending player right now, and a young man that we're really looking forward to working with.
One of the areas that Duke and Zach have both talked about that they want to be better is overall tackling on defense. In some of the scouting reports, his tackling came up as an area of weakness. How did you guys evaluate his tackling?
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think there's a lot of plays where he's diving or reaching, and a lot of that's because of his effort. So I don't think it's as simple as just he's missing tackles. I think he's getting near a lot of balls that a lot of guys can't get to. We got to help him finish better. But tackling right now is, that's a premium for us, and trying to get that fixed here in the next 2 months.
How quickly do you think he picks up principles?
Oh, he's a smart young man, bright young man. Mike said he learns really well, and our interview was impressive. Again, you're talking about combine interview with 12 people in the room, and everybody came away a very favorable grade for him. So that was impressive.
In your experience, how important is that, though, when you're not just any pick, you're
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to start day one. As soon as he gets here, we'll get going on it, and we'll have a good plan for him, and we'll do whatever we need to do to get him out there.
There's gonna be a lot of talk of production, there's gonna be a lot of talk about production from here on out with him. How are you gonna grade how well his rookie will end up being? I know it's super early, but when you look at what you want out of your edge rushers, how are you gonna grade whether they're being effective and what you want them to do?
Yeah, is he executing the defense the way we want him to? And is he making the plays when they avail themselves? That's what we need him to do. He doesn't need to do anything more than that. He needs to be himself, play at the same intensity level, the same play style that Coach was talking about. Just be that. Be who you are. And, his teammates and the staff will do the rest.
I see him listed around 270 pounds. Like, did you want an edge with that type of power and physicality?
Yeah, the thing about if you can get an edge that's in that range, and again, he's been somewhere between 70 and 80, but if you can get a guy that's in that range that can also run like he does, then it just gives you, as I alluded to earlier, it gives you flexibility along the front. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to sub every time you want to get into a different package. And there's very few guys at this level that can do that, and he's one of them.
When you guys did meet with them, and I assume the topic comes up with the lack of production, the lack of finishing, how did he address that?
Again, the kid, there's no excuses in him, and again, for us, like Zach was saying earlier, it's all positive for us. There's no negative here. This is a heck of a pick for us. We're excited about him. We're excited about his athleticism, about his toughness, about his play style, all those things. So, in terms of, there's a lot of production he's made. You know what I mean? So, again, if he converts a couple more sacks and they're not just quarterback hits or quarterback hurries, we're not having this discussion right now because he's making plays that are out of his realm a lot of times too. He's making a lot of plays on the perimeter and plays downfield because he has the skills to do that. So, again, if that's the only thing we're focused on when he gets here in terms of quieting that down and making that better and giving him a plan for improvement in terms of that, then we're going to be successful.
When you first took the job and you did your comprehensive review of the defense last year, I know this is an example of you guys taking the best player available on your board, likely. Did you see an edge to play opposite of Trey as one of the more glaring needs on defense, or did you look at it as just how do we get better at each position?
Yeah, I think, the former. For us, we're trying to get, whether it's edge or D-line or linebacker, we're trying to get better at a lot of different spots. And however it falls, then that's how it falls. But we weren't going to pass up Shemar at 17 or move back because he may not be there. So we were right there in terms of where our picks were and what we wanted, and he fit that role. So now it's on to whatever needs we have between offense and defense to fulfill here in round 2, 3, and so on.
Do you think that he can come in and immediately start getting a ton of snaps early?
I think Zach already answered that. I think we have to teach him as quickly as we can. Get him to learn. Nothing will be handed to him. We have a lot of hungry guys on the team right now. But again, we're looking for the collective, the whole group to improve and play together and be a valuable component. So again, for us, he's talented, but he's got to earn his reps and learn it, and we're ready to do that.
Alan, I think people will see the sack number and just look at that, oh, it's a project. When you watch him, do you feel that way, or?
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I think again, there's some guys that got picked earlier, with 5, 6 sacks. So again, if we can help him convert a couple more, then we'll do that. But no, I don't look at it like that. I look at a guy that, his factors, like how many tackles, how many TFLs, all of the things, how many batted ball, all of the things that make up who the player is and what he can do to impact the game. And I see a young man that's doing his job on every rep when I watch him on film.
Do you think this makes you a more physical defense?
It has to. It has to. A physical presence. Again, we'll see when Shemar gets here and he gets with Joey. in nutrition and see, what his optimal weight is. But clearly, it's somewhere between 270 and 280, and, that gives us, a stout edge to go along with the guys that we have now. And we're going to need them all in this division, and to do what we need to do. So there's no doubt that he gives us a physical presence and a strong edge setter.
During your time in college, did you come up in any crossover tape or recruiting or anything like that?
No, I just heard the guys bitching about him when we got ready to play him. I mean, he was the guy. He was the guy they were worried about, and now I know why. I had a chance to study him, and I'm just really excited about the young man because, again, you're not really compromising anything with this pick. You're not compromising character. You're not compromising work ethic. You're not compromising play style. You're not compromising height, weight, speed. And again, the focus is on what he needs to improve, and that's fair. But I welcome that challenge, and I know Jerry does upstairs as well. But I see not just him, all of these young men and the guys that are on our current roster. I see them for what they can do to help us win, and not maybe the one thing that is something that they have to improve on.
What was Jerry's reaction?
Jerry's fired up. Jerry loves coaching. He's really, he's been really working hard trying to be engaged with the guys that we have and try to outline a plan. Part of that is the onboarding, to be honest with you. How do we get these guys, because there's going to be more guys drafted on defense, right? So how do we get these guys to learn this system as quickly as we can and get them integrated so they can help us. They could be part of, the fortification of our defense and obviously play pivotal roles in what we need to do with them.
Speaking of integration, is it coincidental, or is there a real benefit to bringing him in the integration process, the development, to having a former teammate in the room with him?
There's no doubt. I think that helps. And again, just this time of year, just where we're at, just being around the guys and everything. There's so many good guys, good people on the group that I've seen so far. I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to help him integrate, and obviously having one of his former teammates there helps too.
Was there a specific game last year that really flashed in terms of if people want to go back and watch his best?
Oh.
That's you?
I don't know. I mean, I watch so many different games. Again, very talented defense and a defense that played well all year. You could pick a couple of games. I don't have one on my top of my mind right now.